The medical fraternity will today be attending the burial of one of their own, the memorial service, I beg your pardon, or of one of their colleagues who perished in the Ethiopian Airlines crash early this month. Dr. Grace Kariuki was among the people in the ill-fated plane that crashed on the 10th shortly after takeoff from the Bole International Airport. Our Dr. Masi Korir is also attending the service in Embu and now joins us live for an update. Dr. Masi, I would imagine it is not a good morning where you are. What more can you tell us?
Well, Michelle, thank you very much. This morning, definitely, the residents of Embu, specifically here at Manyata, where we are not quite so happy because of the loss of one of their own, a stellar doctor, Dr. Grace Kariuki, who was unfortunately one of the victims of the ET302 that crashed in Addis, as you have mentioned. Here, Dr. Grace was one of the doctors. She was attached to the Division of Non-Communicable Diseases at the Ministry of Health, where she was working until her unfortunate demise. And at that time, she was actually flying home from one of the official duties that she was in. So today the memorial service here is slated to start at 10 a.m. and residents, friends and family from Meru and even across the country, from even Nairobi, are expected to be here for this memorial service, where Grace will be remembered by those who loved her, by those who knew her, those who went to school with her, and those who worked with her, either the Ministry of Health or here in Kirinyaga, where she was a medical superintendent at Kirinyaga Sub-District Hospital at the time. And here I'm joined by James Njiru, who's a relative of Dr. Grace Kariuki, so that we can just hear from him how he remembers Dr. Grace Kariuki, who is like her daughter. James, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Could you just tell us, how do you remember Grace, or how do the people of Embu remember Grace?
Well, my full name is James Njiru. I am a resident of this area. We have just come here for this memorial service, remembering Grace, our beloved daughter, who was here with us since she was born, and who has been going all the way to her education until when she became a doctor. As we remember her, she grew here as a Christian girl, brought up with a lot of Christianity, and as she was on her work, we just had that accident with that Boeing 737 while coming from Ethiopia to Kenya. We have been at our home all the way since this thing happened. We have been boarding together with our parents, friends, relatives, and many, many people from all over Kenya who knew her and who knew her character. She was a quite good lady, a very active lady, a very polite lady, loved by all people. And as we are now here for the memorial service, we feel uncomfortable to our heads, because we shall never meet again until when you go to heaven. We are just saying that God to rest our soul in eternal life. And for that, I don't have more to say, as long as we are just waiting for the memorial service to start here. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Michelle, those are the sentiments that I've been able to collect from the people who've made it early for this memorial service. And we'll be talking to many more other people. The memorial, our close family and friends will head back to her home, where they will lay a memorial stone and a plaque at her home, just in memory of her, because we understand that from Ethiopia the family were not able to retrieve any remaining body of Grace, and that's why they'll erect a plaque or a memorial stone back at home. Michelle.
Dr. Masi, like you mentioned, in African culture, it is quite difficult to hold a memorial service like this one without the physical body there being present. How are the residents, the family and friends of the late doctor handling this? And what is the latest update regarding the families of the victims who perished in that crash?
Well, Michelle, it's really a difficult moment for us in the African culture to just not have any remains of your loved ones to bury, because this is part of closure. It's part of the grieving or the mourning process, just to see that person so that it gives some sort of closure. So for this particular family, they want to come with a soil from the accident scene, but from what we understand is that they'll not be able to do anything much with it, because you can understand that it's not a replacement, or it cannot really signify the remains of that person if they were actually there. And this is the case for many of the other families, and we've highlighted these stories that they've been unable to really have very good closure because they do not have the remains of their loved ones. They do not have a physical person to actually say goodbye to, and this makes really this memorial services or this requiem mass is very difficult for the family and friends, because it's really difficult to just say goodbye when you do not have that person to actually say goodbye to. So it's a process, and from a medical point of view, it's a long process that will actually require a lot of time, a lot of counseling, a lot of talking to these family members so that they come to terms with this tragic moment. And remember that because of this being an airplane crash, it even makes it difficult because of the suddenness of that accident, of the untimeliness of that accident, or the unlikeliness of that accident. So it's really a lot for families to really come to terms with such a situation, Michelle.
All right, many thanks, Dr. Masi Kariuki.